It may seem like we talk about the Jets a lot on this show.
Yeah, we do. Too much. Some might say too much.
Let's go!
Thank you, Craig.
Jets.
There we
There
go.
we go. Anyhow, the architect of this hopefully great Jet season is the general manager named Joe Douglas. And obviously with expectations come, how do you handle expectations, right? Well, Joe Douglas said yesterday, the New York Jets are not hiding from the lofty goals and expectations that we all have for them. Yeah, look, it's funny. It's new for us to have expectations of Super Bowls, obviously. We had expectations of playoffs. You guys know that obviously better than anybody. But, that's why you played, is to try to win, right? So the fact that anybody, a general manager, an executive, a player inside the building would be uncomfortable with expectations doesn't make any sense. We as fans may not be comfortable with it, but those guys better be comfortable.
Definitely. I mean, it's expectations. And you have your expectations for your own stuff in that organization. You know what you want to do. You know what you want to accomplish. First off, you want to end the playoff drought. That's
right.
One of the first things you want to do.
Longest in all of pro sports.
Haven't been in 13 years. So it's just like, that's one of our expectations. You want to get into, once you get into the dance, it's all about who's playing good on that day.
Right.
That's all it is. So not hiding, not running. I love it, Joe Douglas. Just letting you know.
There's nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide. I mean,
it's not.
the season starts next week.
But you know what it is, and you know how the New York media is, and they boost us up, and when they want to tear us down, we lose one game.
Absolutely,
we can lose one game. This is not the team that we thought it was going to be.
Right.
Which
is why they do have to beat the Buffalo Bills out of the gate. And no Von Miller, but when you talk about expectations and whether or not a team is built to handle it, there are going to be low moments in the season.
Yes.
If the New York Jets get out to a bad start and they lose to Buffalo and lose to Dallas right out of the gate, we'll see how much you can handle expectations.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really hoping that they do get off to a good start because of that, because you still have some young players who really haven't dealt with any adversity in their young NFL careers, especially playing here. I mean, I've played with guys that were in free agency. They would not come to play in New York just because of that reason.
Because they couldn't handle it.
Just because of the scrutiny and the criticism that comes with it. When I came from Pittsburgh, there were 4 or 5 reporters in the locker room. I come to New York, it's like 40 or 50 every day.
Yeah.
So there's a big difference between standards and expectations, especially when you're Douglas and you bring in a Hall of Fame quarterback in Aaron Rodgers, and everybody is expecting for him to just turn the whole organization around in 1 year. They have to get off to a good start. If not, then the media's going to pick them up.
Well, let me tell you something. You said something interesting there. I don't think it's a one-year experiment. Aaron Rodgers talked about expectations yesterday as well. And he said, look, here's the reality. And this happens whenever you're a team that a lot of people think are going to be good and maybe win a title. Everybody else hates on you, no matter who you are. And Aaron Rodgers speaks about that. Obviously, we got expectations. This is like the Black Crow thing that Saleh was talking about. Week 1 of Hard Knocks. There's a lot of people pulling for us to fall flat. Let me just walk you through that, Jacoby.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Those people have a name. They're called Giants fans.
Well,
yeah, that's what they're called.
Even the Jet fans are sitting at home like, man, I hope we get off to a good start.
Yeah, but the Giant fan is rooting for them to get off to a bad start. Yes. That's what those people are called.
Rooting for them to get off to a bad start.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm not looking for them to fall flat. He just has to understand what he is dealing with coming to New York.
It's different. I know.
It is different.
So let me help you out.
It's a lot different than playing in Green Bay.
Now, Jacoby, you live in New York City. You know what it is.
Yep.
And I'm telling you this, I've lived this, right? Giant fans right now, emotionally, are rooting. They're going to like their black voodoo dolls and trying to guarantee that the Jets do not have a successful season.
The Giants won a playoff game last year against the Vikings.
Say it again.
They won a playoff game last year.
Right.
However, if you're a Giant or a Giants fan, you're like, what happened to us? No one talks about the Giants at all. And we talk about happiness is a function of realistic expectations. And what has happened is the Jets have, by the roster changes they've made, they have raised the expectations to a Super Bowl level, and that's fair. And I want to say something about the detractors and the Crows that are trying to pull the Jets down.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be that. I want to hate this Jets team.
Yeah.
I want to be like the
You wanna
anti-Jets
hate
guy.
them?
I can't.
Ooh,
You watch Hard Knocks? I can't do it. I'm watching Hard Knocks.
That's tough.
Quentin Williams is so much fun. Aaron Rodgers is so nice.
Wow.
I'm trying to hate the Jets. I can't do it. Coach Saleh is he's such a magnetic personality. Aaron Rodgers is teaching the little kids and taking everybody to Broadway shows. Like, this team is very, very
I will say this.
likable.
It is interesting what Plax just said. There's some people that naturally just don't want the Jets to do well. You're trying to
I'm trying. I
convince
can't do it. I'm trying. They're just so likable.
listen, it's
I'm failing at hating.
go to any city that's got two teams in one sport, and I can tell you as a fact, the fans of the other team don't want the other inner city team to do well. Giant fans, their biggest nightmare is not even missing the playoffs. It's missing the playoffs and the Jets being in the playoffs and being the toast of the town. That's a reality.
We're going to find out real soon.
Yes, we are. And I know what Plax is going to do.
Isn't there something good about the Jets attracting all this attention if you are the Giants?
Hey,
Isn't there some benefits
you
to that?
just said that they just made a whole roster change. They did not. They added one person.
And
And
running
that
back
is
and a
number
couple
8.
receivers.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, just all the skill positions
the whole
on the
team
offensive
came
side.
from Green Bay, and they came over here.
We did bring in a few guys from Green Bay.
Just a few. They're probably ended up with the same
Look,
record.
I can tell you this. These two things I'm holding here are newspapers. I don't know when you uses them or reads them anymore, but in New York, they're still a relatively important thing. The teams locally fight for the back page. When Aaron Rodgers is on the back page of the local newspaper, the New York Giants get ticked off. How come we're not on the back page?
Nobody's worried about that.
Civil War time, Plax. Civil War.
All I can say is that the AFC is a lot more difficult than the NFC, so the Giants have
Very
a fighting
true.
chance.
They certainly have a fighting chance, and they're very well coached, and they have a $40 million quarterback who's not very good. All right, we got much more coming up. You started to that crow. Hey there. Thank you so much for watching The Carton Show. You can subscribe right here to get all the latest bits and segments from the show. And by the way, while you're at it, we have a lot of great shows on FS1, so check them out too.